What's up, my Leo and Leo rising family? How you doing today? So this is going to be your 2024 astrological energetic report, and I'm your host, Nayam Bazakis. Thank you for being here. If you resonate with this content, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you like a personal reading for me, you can go down in the description box below. It's all down there. So let's get into your reading and see what the stars have to say for your 2024. So there's going to be an overview of your energy, and we're looking at the themes of soul growth, really, that are going to be in play throughout the year. So at the very core of this, we're going to be looking at the eclipse cycles, right? We have the North Node transiting your ninth house with the South Node transiting your third house. So this year for you is all going to be about looking at your belief systems and really your connection to whatever you see God as, source energy. If you're a Christian, you study the Bible. If you're Islamic, then you study Allah, and Buddhists study Buddhism. Whatever your flavor is, you're going to be getting deeper into wanting to know why you are here. And with Chiron here, you're going to have a feeling like it's so close yet so far away. You go deep, deep as anyone could possibly go. And you may have glimpses or like moments of feeling like, yes, I'm connected, but that feeling is going to be fleeting. So the key is to accept that feeling and allow this to guide you, and not get stuck in the egoic nature of like, a lot of times with this kind of aspect, you'll see people doing a lot of plant medicine ceremonies, and then they try to tell everybody else about their experiences, and oh, you got to try this, you got to do that, because you want them to feel as good as you felt. But you know what, the medicine was calling you for your reason. It's not necessarily calling other people. So be careful of trying to share with lots of people what you went through, because that they may not resonate with that, and it may actually just irritate and piss people off and just think you're kind of nuts, as opposed to really turning them on to something great. And this could also be having situations to do with your relationships that will be teaching you about yourself, because as Pluto is going to be coming into your seventh house, you're now clearing out old patterns of behavior that are going to be leaving your physical body. Probably happening at this eclipse season. Actually, today is October 14th of 2023. So we have the 13th. So we have the solar eclipse happening tomorrow. So starting actually tomorrow, until March of 2024 is when we're really starting this process. And Pluto's going to be heading into 0 degrees of Aquarius January 21st, I believe. So with that, we're also going to have Mercury, Mars, and Venus twice in the year 2024 that's going to conjunct Pluto, that's going to be coming into your seventh house, which means you're going to be your relationships are going to shift and change as your relationship to yourself shifts and changes. So say like you're fed up, you want to get on a new exercise regimen, or you want to start a new hobby, or you got to start a new job, or you haven't been feeling that good and you're like, screw this, I'm going to wake up at, there's going to be some kind of drive that's like, I got to get my shit together in some way, shape, or form. And as you're getting your shit together, then it's like, you're going out there, your energy is different, you're inspired, you're motivated, you're going to be bringing new people in this new vibe, and these new people, these new experiences, these new situations are going to be offering up new career opportunities. And these career opportunities are also, they're all going to be your teacher in expanding your belief systems, expanding your awareness. So you're going to sort of be like the teacher and the student at the same time. We're going to have this Jupiter conjunct Uranus in your 10th house as well, which is massive for life purpose. And then Jupiter is going to go from there into Gemini in your 11th house. So this year for you, like, you could become famous, or you could just start to make a lot more money. You could have a lot really great opportunities on the positive side of things. Now, on the negative side of things, because this 2024 is going to be a year, I think we're coming into the year of the dragon as well, where we're going to be going in one of two separate directions. It's either going to get really like the new levels and new layers are going to bring new challenges, but with more responsibility, with more abundance, with more money, with more growth potentiating stuff. Now, if we're stuck in our ego, or if we're paying attention to separation and divide and conquer and all that stuff, it could be taking us to some very dark places and separate us from really any kind of love or, high vibrational energy. So be very, very, very careful about your thoughts and about your beliefs. You have to really be the healthy detachment with your thoughts and your feelings and your belief systems, and not be impulsive with that kind of stuff, because this is very powerful energy that's going to test you. But this is like the final exam on the test that is opening up and activating this next 20-year cycle that started in December 2021, when Jupiter and Saturn conjuncted at 0 degrees of Aquarius. Now, with Pluto for the second time coming to 0 degrees of Aquarius, with all these conjunctions, especially with the conjunction happening twice with Venus here this year, there's something deeply penetrating into your soul that is trying to clear, trying to leave. So you have to make sure that that ego is not too much in the way of your soul growth, because the soul really wants to take over and take charge and show you. You're going to have like deeper levels and layers of understanding who you are, understanding what your passions are, understanding what really drives you, what makes you feel really alive. So you could have been doing a career for the last 20 years, or been in a relationship or a marriage for the last 20 years, or had some kind of hobby for the last 20 years. And suddenly it just doesn't feel the same anymore, right? It just doesn't it doesn't give you the same oomph. And now you start to question it. The problem with that can be, though, if you question yourself too much, it's depending on what other personal aspects you have going on. Like if you're going through your Saturn opposition or your Uranus opposition, you could have a midlife crisis and just want to, be independent and, like sell off all your stuff and go live in the woods. Granted, that may not be a bad idea, but make sure the people that you love and that the systems that you have set up that are in good working order don't get disrupted. That's the danger with this energy. Is you can really kind of go, you can really start to question everything about who you are, what you stand for. Like this is the very core of like understanding your identity. So, of course, collectively, we're all coming into a new identity. But for you, because your soul's pinpointed learning process this year specifically has to do with belief systems. Our belief systems are what create our reality, right? So with that being said, these belief systems are we need to watch attachment to our belief systems. Don't always need to be right. Or if you find that you're always getting into arguments with other people, especially with Pluto coming in your 7th house, that's going to really mean that, everyone is a mirror reflection of how you feel about yourself. And of course, this is true for everybody, but this is an especially true statement for you this year. And Leos, you love to be in the spotlight. You're very good leaders, but you can also, the shadow side of Leo is ego, right? 5th house. So this is really trying to clear out that ego and align the higher vibration of the ego with the heart. Okay, this is like a higher heart activation this year. Now, we also going to have Neptune being at 29 degrees for 5 months. That is a powerful energy from Neptune, and being in your 8th house, all about your intuition. You could be getting massive psychic downloads. Your intuition is going to be very, very strong, but that could bring in superstition. Again, of course, with the belief systems, like you could really be a manifesting powerhouse, like a masterful manifester this year. And if you're already a good manifester, it's only going to get better. But there's with these aspects, what I'm seeing here is that there's some fundamental flaws where you've either been sacrificing yourself or giving your power away or doing things that your soul is really kind of like, we can't do that anymore. So we have to really look at it and clear it out. This could also have to do if you're a man with being a father, right? Like new challenges with children, a new understanding or even pride in being a father, or even being a leader in community, right? Whatever's going on in the world stage, we can really anticipate some big things happening here in the next year. And this could be like, wow, I got to do something for the great, for a greater cause. That's really like your heart's really calling you to do it. Make some big, massive change, and it may not give you like it may make you need to sacrifice some things that you have going on right now, but there's a higher calling, a higher purpose that is coming in to kind of take over from what you've been doing. Because what you've been doing, it was great, it was good, or it wasn't. Either way, that's that all those lessons, that chapter is over now. And now this new chapter, we're about a year and a half, 2 years into this new 20-year cycle. And now it's really going to start to open up. And then it's going to more solidify towards the end of 2025 and in 2026. But for 2024, you're looking at a lot of soul growth through healthy detachment and observation of your belief systems, with connecting to a lot of new people and connecting to a new feeling or a new higher calling, if you will, for your life purpose. And come about May, June timeframe, and Jupiter goes into your 11th house, you could manifest very powerful people, very wealthy people. You could manifest getting yourself out in the spotlight, going viral online. Things like that could be pretty huge. Now, with Saturn also in the 8th house, Saturn is like the energy that keeps you in check. And when it's in the 8th house, this is like, make sure your sexual energy is in check. Make sure that your money is in check. If you're doing collaborations with other people's money, make sure you have all the things written down. Make sure you have all the T's crossed, the I's dotted. Make sure you understand all the aspect of what's going on, because if there's any pieces or parts that you can't skip corners. And this house has to do with sex, death, money, and money meaning like collaborative money, loans, taxes, things like that. So you got to know what your tax game is. You got to know the background of the people that you're dealing with. Make sure that they're not doing any shady shit, because you'll get brought down with that. Because halfway through the year, when Saturn goes retrograde, whatever you do in the first part of the year, you're going to learn the lesson of that of that karma in that time. All right. But overall, this is going to be a very powerful, I feel, positive year for you. But it's going to test you as well. It's going to, and this is like moral and ethical, like, who are you really at your core? And you're going to be on the world stage. So if you're not being authentic to yourself, it's going to be called out on the world stage, kind of like what just happened to Russell Brand. And everybody's going to know. So make sure you stay authentic and true to your heart, true to yourself, and sit with things through healthy detachment, and make sure that you question all the triggers that are going on in your world, because they're all your greatest teacher. All right. So I hope that helps. If you resonate, please let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like a reading from me, everything's in the description box below. Have a beautiful year. I hope.